Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. This is my only second video coming out, so if you are returning, thank you so much. If you're new, hi, hello, how are you? By the way, there is a movie in the background going. If you guys can hear any of that, I'm so sorry. I don't think my mic is picking up any of the background noise, but you know, just in case you hear any kind of loud noises in the background, just ignore it. Hopefully my music could or can, you know, cover up all the background noise. Okay, so let's get started with this build, or let's get started talking about this build. I decided to make do a oh my gosh, I cannot speak right now. I'm having like so much difficulty trying to say what's in my head. Does anybody else ever have that issue where like you guys are talking and then all of a sudden you kind of just forget what you're supposed to say? Yeah, that happens to me literally all the time. But anyway, I decided to do a renovation this time around. I've been kind of feeling a little uninspired because I want to do a tiny build here in the future because the new stuff pack is coming out, and I just have not been in the mood for a tiny build, so I decided to do an apartment instead. And this is the apartment that is in the fashion district. This was the Karaoke Legends apartment, I believe, and they have that weird like two-story apartment, and I decided to make it into like a kind of bohemian, rustic, almost industrial looking loft. It's kind of a mix of like everything, but I decided to go ahead and renovate it. I didn't like the way it looked before, so and I really just wanted to work on an apartment, which is not usually like my typical build, so it is a little out of my comfort zone, so it was a bit of a challenge to do this, and that's why I decided to do it. You can see here what I was trying to go for. By the way, this is something that I kind of started with, and then like midway through I ended up like saying forget it and like started kind of over. And at first I was trying to kind of do this thing with the kitchen where you can kind of like have like this bar area open up to like the living room area, but it just didn't look good from the front. As you can see, they're kind of like clipping against each other, the counters, and so I decided to kind of take it down. I also realized that like when I started putting like the kitchen items like the sink and stuff, it was just clipping with the counters and it just didn't look good, so I decided to scratch that whole idea, and I ended up moving the kitchen over to the left hand side there later on. See, there's me trying to delete it and trying to come up with a different solution. And I had recently saw this in someone else's build, and I really wanted to try to like replicate it, but I was really having a hard time doing it, so I decided just to not do it at all. Anyway, so moving on, as I said earlier, I did end up moving the kitchen over. I had so many struggles with this build. Like I said, this is not my typical style that I usually go for when decorating the inside of a build. So what I'm doing right now is basically just giving myself an idea of where I want things to be. Eventually I moved the living room as well, and I moved the stairs, or I changed the shape of the stairs. I ended up making them straight rather than curved. I really wanted to give like an interesting appeal to this apartment, so I was trying to give it a really creative floor plan, and I think I liked the way it actually came out in the end. So, you know, I did go through a lot trying to figure out the floor plan and trying to figure out where things should go, but in the end it all worked out. Although I did have some issues recording this, I ended up saving the first part, which you won't see until later in the video, but I do lose like half of my footage. What happened was when after I took a break, I came back and I was recording the rest of the of me like redecorating this place, and midway through, my computer kind of decided to not have any more storage available. So what happened was the that recording that I had of up to the point where it told me I had no more storage, it was just completely gone because the file did not save properly, and I guess it was broken or corrupted or something like that. So I didn't end up I ended up having to um, re-record me furnishing some of the areas upstairs. So you won't actually see me do the floor plan upstairs. I do start out with an idea of what I want upstairs, and originally I was going to make the loft area a bedroom, but I decided not to. So you don't really get to see that process of me actually making that, but you do see me actually furnishing the bathroom. You don't get to see me furnish the bedroom. Unfortunately, I forgot that was part of the recording, so I didn't actually re-record that part of me furnishing the bedroom, unfortunately. But you do see everything else. So the only things left out were the bedroom and the floor plan upstairs. Everything in the apartment, by the way, was play tested and is fully functional. I did do some adjustments. I did this really cool thing with the oven that you'll see here later on in the video when I start to really deck out the kitchen. But I was really proud of myself for using those industrial counters because I never really get to use those ever. And I was really happy that I actually got to fit them in somewhere, and they actually look really cool and really good, so but everything is fully functional. I did have to make some adjustments, so when you go to download this in the gallery, I think you have to download this as a room because it is an apartment, but and I do have to figure out how I'm going to upload it to the gallery because I actually never uploaded an apartment before to the gallery. But once I get that uploaded, you guys should be able to play with absolutely no issues. I did go in there and fix all the bugs that needed to be fixed. I think the only thing that I really noticed that wasn't functionable was the guest bathroom and laundry room area, which is actually downstairs, and you'll see me build that later on. I haven't included it yet, but when I built that, it was a little too small and the sim couldn't actually reach the toilet and the sink, so I made it a little bigger for them to be able to go in there and use the bathroom. But yeah, so far this build is coming along. As you see, I am moving on to the living room area. And I had a really hard time with this living room area. I just wasn't sure what I wanted to do, how I wanted to decorate it. I have never really been into the bohemian style, and I really wanted to go out of my comfort zone and do something different, and this is what I ended up coming out with. But I changed the rugs a few times, I changed the chairs a few times, and the sofas, and I was just trying to create like a really nice, cozy living room, and I ended up getting rid of the TV that I had originally put in there because the sim that I made this apartment for, I figured that they were some kind of like writer or a poet of some sort, and they just really enjoy reading books all the time, and they're not really into TV. So yeah, I went ahead and like got rid of the TV. But I ended up making that sim, and I think that it really fits her personality. I also made this apartment available for a cat as well. Like I add a really big cat hangout upstairs. I don't know what they're called, the cat trees or I don't know what they're called. Are they called cat trees? I don't know. If anybody knows what they're called, like, comment down below, I guess. Anyway, um, but yeah, I thought that this apartment really suited that Sim's personality and aesthetic, and I really just enjoy the way everything came out in the end. This living room area ends up feeling really nice and cozy after a while, and yeah, I really enjoy it. Those pillows, I was trying so hard to come up with like a like a little area for your son to kind of like hang out, and I had this idea of putting down like a bunch of pillows so like they could like cuddle up in the corner and like read a book or whatever, because a bookshelf is like literally right there. But I decided not to go with it because like the throw pillows that we have in the game are not very cute, so I ended up going with something different. I was trying out different lamps. I added a lot of plants to this build. I don't know, I just felt like the plants really like puts or makes everything just come together really, really well. So you see me like changing my mind again, but I ended up using these chairs that I'm putting in, the sofa and these chairs. These are the ones that I ended up using. I really liked them. They went with the kind of like the color thing that I was going for, which is like a lot of like warm neutral tones, I guess is what I was trying to go for. I was trying to pop in a little bit of color. It was just really hard because I didn't want to go like super overboard with like super bright colors. I wanted to keep things very earthy and very, because the feel of the apartment itself is very industrial with like the industrial counters and the brick, and I still wanted to keep that like aesthetic of having everything very like earthy toned, I guess. So, which is why I have those orange curtains, and then they ended up matching with the couch and the orange pillows on the couch. So I really enjoyed the way that turned out. I get rid of that wall painting, the painting on the wall right there. I thought at first it was gonna be a good idea, but then I ended up changing my mind and leaving the wall as like neutral color. And then I just usually on upstairs with the walls, I just use the same like beige color, and then I use the brick to accent the walls. And here you just see me cluttering some stuff. I went all out with the clutter in this apartment. I'm actually very proud of myself. That vase with the yellow flowers, very proud of myself for doing that. But I was really trying to think out of the box on all of the clutter items I never really clutter my houses, so I did have a lot of like hard time figuring out what I wanted to put on these shelves, but I had to fill them up because they look really weird if you leave them empty. So and this also I also did this in the middle of like an update, I guess, because there was an update and I didn't have my red shelf that I usually use to clutter my houses, because whenever there's an update, for some reason the game just kind of deletes all of your mods and you have to reinstall them, and it's really annoying, but I mean, it is what it is. And I didn't have my red shelf because I didn't reinstall it, and yeah, I have to do that, and it's just kind of annoying. But you know, you gotta update your game. So I ended up getting rid of this kitchen table right here. I ended up going for like a rectangular table, and I ended up getting rid of those curtains that I just put up. I found these curtains from Island Living, I believe, and those ended up suiting in the style that I was trying to go for, so I ended up like replacing those curtains with Island Living curtains. And I was really trying to figure out like what chair to put here. I have had this habit of putting a mirror and a side table and a chair right next to the front door. I actually have that in my real life house. I don't have a mirror by my front door, but we do have like a little side table and a chair, and I just feel like it's really practical. And it just seems really realistic because you place your keys there and you can sit down and put on your shoes or take off your shoes, and you can look at yourself in the mirror before you leave the house. It's just like really realistic, and I think that when done like when put together like nicely or nicely decorated, it can look real nice. So that's what I was trying to do there on the side by the door. I don't think I ended up putting a mirror. Did I put a mirror? I don't remember. I could have sworn I put a mirror there, but I guess I didn't. Anyway, you can put a mirror there if you guys want. But yeah. Here I is basically where I lost my footage, and this is actually me redecorating my house, and I actually had to basically take all the clutter out of the rooms. I left all of the wall paintings and still stuff up, but I deleted all of the furniture and the clutter, and I ended up putting it in my inventory. So this is why you see me having absolutely no hesitation whatsoever when decorating these next few rooms, because I already know how it's supposed to lay out. With the oven here, by the way, it was not functionable with that little table placed in it, so I ended up deleting it for the gameplay, but I thought that it looked really good when I first did it, just for the look of it. But yeah. So now we're moving up to the upstairs. This is a walk-in closet that I put in the master bedroom. I am so proud of this, you guys. I put these huge like double doors right outside on this wall right here. You can see it kind of barely, but your sim is able to go in and walk in there and sit in that chair and look and play in the clothes, and it's really great. I'm really proud of the fact that your sim can actually go in there and access it. This bathroom, by the way, great bathroom. I love it so much. I love that there's like a separate area for the shower and the bathtub, and then the sink and the toilet is like in a like almost different room. Like there's an archway there that you can walk through and to get to the shower and the bathtub, but I really had the idea of like combining like a stand-up shower with a bathtub inside of it. I thought that was really cool, so I used the shower from university to achieve that. And here I'm just cluttering some shelves. I really like to clutter bathrooms because it makes it livable, I guess. It makes it look like a sim is living there, and it gives it more personality. And like I said earlier, I did make a cat for the sim, so I did put a litter box. And if you guys are not interested in having a cat with this apartment, then you can always delete the cat stuff and move on. Here with this little corner here, I just ended up putting a little chair and a plant and like a carpet, and that kind of tied in the little hallway area. And then moving on to the office. The office, oh my god, I love this office, you guys. Again, fully functional. I ended up putting like lights up on the windows. I put some photos, and what I was thinking with those little photos there on the window is that like the sim just moved to the city, and those are all of her friends that she had to leave behind in her hometown because she's like wants to be a famous writer, so she moved to the city. So this is her office area basically, and she has her little cat hangout right there. She has a little seating area to read some books. She has her desk to do some work, and she has this really cool bookshelf with a bunch of clutter. But that is pretty much it for that little room right there. I thought it came out to be really cute. And then this patio area is also really nice. I was trying to do something with the string lights here, but it ended up being way too difficult, and I ended up like scratching those and deleting them out. But I ended up putting a little seating area back here and a little grill, so like in case your sim wants to come sit out here or eat out here, she can, or he. Um, and then um, and then that's basically the end of the build, really. I don't think there is anything else to this build. I think I end up keeping the furniture the same out here. I just like switch up the colors and whatnot. At first, I ended up I wanted this to be like white and blue, but it didn't match the rest of the build, so I ended up switching them out to like. Oh my god, excuse me. I wanted to be a little bit more warmer toned, so I ended up switching them out to I think a different swatch, and then I ended up hanging up some lights there just to give it a little bit more cozier feel, I guess. And I put a table out here, and yeah, the views from this patio, by the way, when I was trying to do some screenshots and whatnot, I could not believe the view that they put out here on this patio. You can see the entire city from this apartment, and it's so beautiful. And I just really like the way that this like apartment came out. So I really hope that you guys enjoy it. I definitely enjoyed building it. It was a difficult challenge because, like I said, it's not a style that I usually go for or like tend to go for, but I really enjoyed it, and I hope that you guys enjoyed it too. Anyway, we are coming to the end of this build, so I am going to cut off right here. Please make sure to like and subscribe and follow me on Twitter, you guys. You guys will hear from me pretty soon on another upload. I'm going to start working on a small tiny build for the new pack that's going to be coming out, so hopefully we can get started on that soon. Oh my god, I really don't know what to say. I'm sorry, you guys. I'm such an awkward mess. Anyway, I hope you like it, enjoy, and here are some screenshots. Okay, well, bye!